Classified crime is on the case of Caylen Deller. Let's check out her latest court documents. Caylen Deller is due in court on May 8th, and I am planning to attend. The case was continued from her January 9th court appearance. There are actually two open cases. They have continued to May 8th, which include the theft of livestock and taking the life of her ex-boyfriend, allegedly. I'm going to do a separate video on the theft of livestock, so stay tuned for that. If you don't know anything about this case, I will link a video explaining her alleged crime and arrest, but basically she's accused of taking the life of her ex-boyfriend named Chad Mullen, who was missing for over a month before police found his body buried on a property near Deller's in Florida and put out a warrant for her arrest. So I finally figured out how to access the court docket for Putnam County where her case is being tried, and I found quite a bit of interesting info on Caylen. So we will take a look at what I've found. Caylen has made some very serious allegations against her ex-boyfriend, Chad Mullen, and the report is included in her docket as evidence, and I believe it could show a motive or possibly what she feels is justification for what she did. Now, I will warn you, this accusation includes SA of a child, and the report has some graphic information. So if you do not want to hear those things, you may want to skip ahead or not watch this video. Let's get into the court documents. So the first document that I found shows that Deller is requesting a bond reduction. I don't know how much her bond is set at. I will have to look into that further. This was filed on February 26, 2025, and is requesting a hearing at the earliest opportunity. So it's possible a hearing may be scheduled before May 8th to rule on this motion. So it says, comes now the defendant in the above-styled case by her undersigned attorney pursuant to this rule and moves this honorable court for a reduction of bond herein, requesting that the court hear the matter of bond at its earliest opportunity and enter its order setting the lowest terms applicable to the special circumstances of the case. Wherefore, based on the facts to be presented at the hearing related to the likelihood that the defendant will report for all scheduled appearances, the defendant moves this honorable court for release on her own recognizance or in the alternative for reduction of her bond to a level which would allow her to post bond as security for her continued court appearances. Now, since we know she has been evicted from her previous address back in December, where would she be released to? Let's take a look. And here's that order if you want to pause and read it, or I will also link the video where I read it as well if you want to watch that. But basically, the court ordered the property that she listed as her most recent address. In October, she filed this address as her updated address with the court. Basically, the court ordered the property be given to the plaintiff that was evicting her, Florentine Recreations. So I wonder how this will affect her bond hearing. Okay, and then we have this supplemental discovery witness list, and notice the category A witness, Deputy Sheriff Maria Harmon of Putnam County Sheriff's Office, and the tangible evidence listed below, Putnam County Sheriff's Office Incident Report 24003695, written by Deputy Sheriff Maria Harmon, which we will look at next. And trigger warning, the report does have the descriptions of SA of a minor child. So the report states, Detective Maria Harmon, I was assigned this report pertaining to an SA investigation involving a child, currently a 4-year-old female, and Chad Mullen, currently a 53-year-old male. It should be noted for the remainder of this report, the child will be identified as OW. According to the original report written by Putnam County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Jesse Fussell, states on September 23rd, 2024, Sergeant Fussell was at this address within Putnam County regarding a missing person case. While working the missing person case, Sergeant Fussell was speaking with Kenneth Waddell. Kenneth stated to Sergeant Fussell there was a rumor that his daughter, OW, had been inappropriately touched by the missing person, Chad Mullen. Sergeant Fussell was made aware there was a video of OW stating what took place on Caylen Deller, mother of OW's cell phone. Kenneth was unable to provide any further information about the alleged inappropriate behavior. There was a forensic interview that was set for September 25th, 2024 with the Child Protection Team, CPT. The interview was set with case coordinator Rebecca Simpson at 10 a.m. On September 25th, 2024, I attended and observed the forensic interview of OW. Prior to the interview, I, SCC Rebecca Simpson, and Sergeant Fussell met with Kenneth. Kenneth stated he arrived in Putnam County on September 2nd, 2024 from another state and had been speaking with Caylen. Kenneth stated on September 22nd, 2024, Caylen told him that she had killed Chad because Chad had inappropriately touched their daughter. Kenneth stated Caylen told him that she had video evidence on her phone. Kenneth was asked how Caylen knew of these incidents. Kenneth stated Caylen told him that OW had started an on conversation with her. The conversation then became a disclosure of Chad's touching the child inappropriately, and then further details I'm omitting. Kenneth stated Caylen then told him after OW told her of what happened, she started to record Chad's interactions with the child. Kenneth stated he did not view the videos and took Caylen's word. Kenneth stated Caylen did call him on September 9th, 2024 and spoke to him about Chad being a quote-unquote creep. Kenneth stated he is unsure how long Chad, Caylen, and OW lived together at Chad's residence, but believes Chad and Caylen were dating for a year. Kenneth stated around April 3rd, 2023 that Caylen had tried to kill him and shortly after filed a report stating that he had inappropriately touched their daughter. Kenneth stated the allegations were unfounded. I was able to review a report from St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, case number listed below. The case was closed due to lack of evidence to support any criminal charges. Kenneth stated that Caylen's mental health is in a decline and that she pulled OW from school after a dispute with the teacher a few weeks ago. Kenneth also stated Caylen has other children, but they have been taken away from her and she does not have custody of them. Kenneth stated he is going to keep OW for the time being and plans to head back to another state with OW. CC Simpson then conducted the forensic interview with OW. The following is a summary of the forensic interview. Detailed statements received during the interview may not be reiterated within this report as they are contained within a recorded statement. CC Simpson enters the room with OW and they sit at a table and play with Play-Doh. CC Simpson gets to know OW by asking her about her family and where she lives. CC Simpson goes over the rules of the room and OW agrees to tell the truth. CC Simpson went over identifying the parts of the body with OW and asked if anyone had touched or hurt her body. OW does not disclose any wrongdoing to her body or her by anyone. This case will be closed as an information report only due to no evidence of an SB occurring. Date of 10/14/2024. Approving Officer Michael Wells. This is the second incident report listed in the supplemental discovery and witness list, and it was written by Officer Jesse Fussell. Sergeant J. Fussell, scene, Palatka, Florida. On September 23rd, 2024, I was conducting an interview with Kenneth Waddell regarding a missing person investigation. As Kenneth and I were speaking, I learned his 5-year-old daughter was rumored to have been inappropriately touched by the missing person. Kenneth stated there was a video of the child stating what took place, and it was on the mother, Caylen Deller's cellular phone. Kenneth did not have many more details to provide at this time. It should be noted the Putnam County Sheriff's Office is currently in possession of Caylen's cellular phone and is seeking a search warrant to access its contents. If the search warrant is granted, attempts will be made to obtain the video. Kenneth currently has custody of the minor child and is staying in a secured location outside of Putnam County. There was no further action taken. Approving Officer Michael Wells, 9/24/24. So 2 officers documented the allegation and both heard about it from Caylen's ex, Kenneth Waddell, whom she has a child with. Mr. Waddell was currently in a custody dispute with Caylen Deller prior to her arrest, and I made a video detailing that. I will link that here if you want to watch it and learn more about it here. So this is interesting evidence, and it was entered by the Assistant State Attorney for the prosecution. So how do you think this evidence could be used, and how might the defense respond? Since Mr. Waddell stated that Caylen Deller made the same accusation about him, I doubt that he believes it is true. Also, keep in mind he made this statement to the St. John Citizen, and I'll play that audio now.
She arrived at the hotel. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. She was panic-stricken. She told me that she found out that Chad abused our daughter. That is why she shot him. She lured him to the barn. She brought him out to the woods. She shot him. She used our horse Stormy to drag the body back to where they could reach it with a vehicle. Now, in my opinion, Chad was done with Caylen. Chad knew all the things Caylen did, and he was going to go to DCF. He did care about my daughter, no matter how rocky their relationship was. He was going to inform DCF of the drug use, of the neglect, and she could not have that happen, having already lost 2 children forever to DCF. She did not want to lose her third.
As always, let me know what you think down in the comments. Should I attend this trial? I think it will be very interesting. I will leave you with this clip of Deller's first court appearance back in January. Check out how she looks right at the camera and raises her eyebrows. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure to hit the like button.